In Robbin, starring Serayah, we watch a film that, in the pursuit of entertainment, avoids getting bogged down in details that some should have been looked into. So, to summarize the film, Robbin did everything he was supposed to do. She was raised in Compton, had a bit of a stint in foster care, but she did her best in school, got to Harvard and graduated, got a good job, hustled and worked her way up the ladder, and just before she would have been the president of the bank, after getting a major deal so that the bank could get a credit card of some kind, she's framed for stealing $2 million. With that, everything she's done pretty much is for naught because now she has a record. So, with that in mind, and then some situations she discovers after she gets out of jail, she decides she's going to get revenge, and part of her revenge is robbing the same bank that fired her. So, getting to the review portion, one of the main issues that we had when it came to this film is that there's no real sense of urgency. Now, granted, Robbin is definitely running low on funds, and because of her record, getting a job that paid anywhere near what she used to get paid is nearly impossible. So that is an issue, but it's not pressed upon you that, hey, she's running out of money, she needs to do this, that, and the third, because Robbin doesn't have family, she doesn't have kids, so pretty much it's just about her taking care of herself. And while that's always a major issue, making sure that you're fed, have housing and everything, again, it's not something that's pressed. And then when it comes to Robbin's friends, it's true that when it comes to Robbin's best friend Shauna, there's a potential for her getting evicted out of her grandmother's house. But again, with her and almost nearly any other character I can name, there's not really that pressing, we need to do something now, there's some type of desperation. Even when it comes to Camilla, who's pregnant, again, you get the sense that yes, there is something that's pressing, but you don't feel like this. You may not feel like this film has that tone that, we need to do things quicker. It has the pace that, these people need these things now and it can't wait until the perfect time. Following that up, the next issue for us was that when it comes to character development, this film doesn't pursue much. I would even say with the film, specifically the character Q, every now and then mentioning Set It Off, it feels like it's supposed to trigger your nostalgia so that you can compare one person to the other, so that does the work, rather than this film putting the work in so that you care whether or not this person gets killed during a robbery or maybe gets arrested. Which for me becomes an issue because with no sense of urgency in terms of what these people need, also lacking a connection with them in terms of empathy, in terms of being invested in them possibly getting away with these crimes. Without that, it's like this film doesn't have much besides Serayah's face, which is recognizable, and everybody else who honestly feels expendable. Which leads to the last on the fence topic, and that's just, if you're someone who likes serious crime dramas, this film doesn't really pursue that type of vibe. Instead, it'll have it where, let's say that Serayah and her crew just came out of a building, robbing something. Quickly, mask off, and they're exposed. They don't wear gloves in order to not have fingerprints anywhere, and yes, they have a hack on their team, but even then, they will have their vehicle parked in an alleyway, which will be mad suspicious, and then do their break-in and everything, then go out through that way. And it's like, granted, not all films need to be serious, need to be technically sound, and what would really happen if you try to rob a bank or whatever, but if you're like me and sometimes suspending disbelief and just enjoying things can be a little bit difficult for you, this film will really test what your limits are. Hence why, when it comes to Robbin, I won't say it's bad, but it's definitely unremarkable. And I would even say, entertainment-wise, you won't find yourself pausing throughout and having a reason to walk away like you just can't believe it. But this definitely is a film that, compared to other revenge, robbery, and films of that nature, it doesn't compete. It's just something to, like a basic horror movie, just hold you over till something better comes along.